Hey guys, Tat here. Welcome to my channel. Hope you're all having a wonderful day, evening, morning, nighttime, afternoon time, brunch time, snack time, nap time, whatever time it happens to be for you. Alright, while we're waiting for this to load up, it's always a bit slow when I'm got OBS running as well, but I'll explain to what we got going on here. So what we have here is we are going to be, it's a couple of things. The first thing we're going to do is I'm going to run over to some trees, basically, of a mod that just came out recently that I think is really nice. And it adds cherry blossoms, I guess like 9 of them across Skyrim, one for each hold. And what they basically do is whenever you go there, there's like an altar type thing, and whenever you click on it, it opens up a map, and then you close that, and it basically reveals the location of all caves and mines and stuff in that hold. And I mean, that's kind of cool, but for most of us that have played for any amount of time in Skyrim, we pretty much know where everything's at already. So that's not really the cool feature. The cool feature is they're just really beautiful looking trees. When it first came out, it had an issue and was missing textures, so the trunk and the branches and stuff didn't have any texture, so it was just a purple texture. But that's been fixed, so now they work correctly and they look really stunning. So I have it in the game just for just having these really beautiful cherry blossoms. They're quite big, and they look really, really nice in game. You know, if you're like me, I run my game with my E&B and my weather mods and stuff. I run it more on the bleak side of things, you know, tone down the colors and just give it that bleak look to it. So, and I really like that, but having these, you know, periodically these big vibrant cherry blossoms, it just looks really, really cool. So if you're looking for some more trees to add to your load order, you know, and you're not looking for a whole tree replacer or anything like that, and you just want to just add a couple little things here and there, this would be a nice one for you. The other thing we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do a playthrough of the Ji'Faiha follower. That's the follower I made. And I'm going to do a playthrough of the quest. I had never gotten around to doing it, so I want to get a playthrough of the quest out there for anybody that might have problems with the quest to see, you know, where to go, what to do, how to get the whole quest done. So that's what we're going to do in this episode. So let's go ahead and just jump into it. I've done a lot of changing to my game, so hopefully it's stable and stuff. I've done some playing around and it seems to be running okay and everything. But I still got some HUD elements and stuff I got to get moved around, like that right there, my stuff popping up on the underneath the compass there. I think I want to move those back where I had them before. You know, just little stuff like that I need to get. I right now I'm running like several different HUDs and stuff like that. So, but what we're going to do is go ahead and go and see these trees. I just wanted to, you know, basically showcase those trees because they do look really nice. And try to get them a little bit of some attention and stuff, you know, because it's not really getting too much downloads and everything. So, one thing I do know that I need to do, the mod author of Magical Jumping is aware of this, so hopefully a fix is going to come out soon. But anytime you leave a game and come back in, your settings for jump and stuff, they don't load up correctly, so you gotta turn it back to.
Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see here. There's a new museum opening up in Dawnstar. The owner is asking me to hand out invitations to travelers.
Of course.
Looks like that's it.
Oh, I thought he was trying to talk to me. I was like, what the heck? I don't have courier coming to me. I'm using Scald's Mail. But yeah, you got to turn it off or turn lower friendly mode on and then turn it back off and give yourself, and then your settings will load up. So, yep, that's correct. Okay. Yeah, I was like, why is the courier coming to me?
Oh, did you need something?
It's like, I don't have, like I said, I run the mailboxes and stuff so that the courier never delivers to me. He was going to my follower. It's like, okay. I found this follower quite recently and stuff, and I absolutely love this follower. It's the Cyril the Potter, and she doesn't do any kind of combat or anything. She just basically goes around and just collects everything. She doesn't fight. She just goes invisible, but she collects all the stuff and then she sells it at merchants whenever you go into like general goods stores. Okay, so basically you can see here they're all blacked out, so you can't fast travel to them initially. But once you do find them, you can. They are fast travel points. But you got Falkreath, you know, Whiterun, the Pales, Hajar March, Hoffinger, you know, stuff like that. So you just have these 9 trees, and you can see that I don't really have any caves or anything visible. So we'll go ahead and go unlock one. I mean, it's just I guess a nice little feature to have an unlock caves. But like I said, I just have them for the aesthetic because they are really beautiful trees. And you can see the pink right down there. And you can see just how bleak my game is. It's very, you know, it's not vibrant colored. I like that bleak look to it. And then it just makes these trees just stand out like, whoa, that's beautiful. And it doesn't change any of your other tree mods or anything. They're just standalone add-in trees. Now, it does have, each one has one of these like ghost elk things that I guess kind of like the Hercene ghost. Each one has one there. Let him kill all these idiots. Hey, elk dude, are you gonna kill these? You're not gonna fight the skeevers, are you? No, you're not. Okay. I guess I gotta do it. Okay. That's all done. Now, when you come up here, like I said, the textures are there now. Before that was just, you know, purple missing texture stuff. But that's been fixed, so they're really nice looking now. But just look at that. And then you just come to this Falkreath Caves Part 1. It opens up a map. And then when you go to your map, you can see now you got all these caves and stuff. It's showing you where they're all at. If there was any like mines, here's some more caves. Like probably this one here would, you know, do the mine up in here. So it does caves and mines. So it just, you know, it doesn't unlock them for fast travel, but it unlocks their location basically. So yeah, that's what the first thing I wanted to do in this video was just, you know, show them. I wanted, like I said, I wanted to give it a little bit of recognition, see if I can get the word out about them, because I think they are really pretty. Really? You stupid thing. Oh, you're a...
Got you.
Were you gonna come fight them for me? You can't talk to these things or anything, but... Yeah, she's just gonna take all the stuff. So, we were coming over here to look at it from further away, but... Yeah, I just think they just add to so much. I run a couple of different tree mods for like the bulk of my trees, but then I do run a couple of other little things, like one for Solitude that adds like a lot of different trees and stuff in Solitude itself. I run one that does all the capital cities. I don't remember what it's called, but it really makes Whiterun look really nice. You know, adds a lot of trees into the cities. And then I do another one that it puts like, it makes dead trees around like vampire lairs or necromancer lairs, you know, places where like evil is at. So all the like the green leaves and stuff are kind of dead on them. So those are just add-on to my normal tree mods, and this is another one I'm going to be keeping my load order because they're so pretty, just these majestic looking, like almost magical out of place trees. So yeah, I just wanted to give it a shout out, a showcase. Go ahead and give it a download. I'll link it in the description. Give it a download, give it an endorsement. It definitely needs downloads and endorsements because it's not getting really much of anything, and they are nice. So okay, now what we're going to do is work on my followers quest. Now, let's see here. Is there going to be any enemies around here? Okay, when I made the quest, I guess I can explain it whenever I go over to where she's at. It'll be closer to our other house, actually. Okay, so let's go ahead and do I need to do anything while I'm in here? I guess I already put that stuff. I went and did the Falkreath things real quick so that I could get a little bit of leveling up done, so I wasn't like completely weaker than weak when we go through this. I'll explain another reason why when we get further along in her questing. Oh, I don't need to do that. Okay, so let's go. I don't need this stupid FPS monitor either. I don't know what happened. One of these things that I've been adding and stuff, it makes every single time I load my game up now, this FPS monitor up in the top left, I think that comes from Ian Boost. That is automatically on every time I start my game now, and I always forget to turn it off. I'm not sure which one is doing that. So let's see. Where she is located at is in the abandoned prison. And she's kind of designed for using alternate start. That's, you know, that's what I had in mind. I'm actually using the Realm of Lorcam. I like that one better because you can get like curses and boons and stuff. But I built, you know, the follower mod and everything with starting an alternate start in mind. And basically when you do alternate start, you would choose the I want to escape this cell, and then that will let you leave the prison here all on your own, rather than like starting anywhere else. Now you can start anywhere, or you can use, like I did, a totally different alternate start mod, but the dialogue that she has and stuff, it's not going to make sense unless you do the alternate start and I want to escape this cell. You'll see after I bring her out. So let's go ahead and we'll go in there and grab her. She's going to be sleeping near the front door here, so that when you're running from the ghosts, if you use alternate start and you come running out of here, she'll be up here sleeping when you first come in, and she's right here laying on the ground. So
Ji'Faiha is feeling particularly horny today.
We have to get out of here now. Hurry, follow me.
Okay, but please don't hurt me like the others. Let's go.
now she will be naked whenever you first come across her. I do not want her to have assigned clothing. There's certain reasons for that. So when the game spawns her in, it doesn't spawn because she doesn't have a designated outfit on her. When you do leave this place, so go ahead, you run up here, grab her, and then run out. She should have, well, she didn't do it, but she a lot of times will put on prisoner robes. But go ahead and talk to her.
Little morning wood problem this morning.
Okay, I think we're safe now. Are you alright?
Yes, this one is fine. What was that all about? What was down there?
I'm not sure. I never saw anything, only heard.
This one heard things down there too. That is why she never wandered down into there. They never came up to where I was. Why were you down there?
I am ashamed to say I was just looking for loot.
This one likes shiny things too. What was it you heard down there?
Moaning and wailing, cries from the other side.
The other side. You mean they were lost souls? Tormented souls?
I believe they were echoes of prisoners there.
This one does not want to think about that. She gets frightened by dead things. Can we keep moving on, further from that place?
Wait, you never told me what you were doing there.
This one does not want to talk about that right now. Maybe when she feels more comfortable with you she will tell her tale. For now, can this one accompany you? She has nowhere to go to and she feels safer around you. This one does not know how to fight, but she does have the magics and can make others feel better when they get hurt.
I would enjoy the company. Welcome aboard.
This one thanks you. She is excited. This one's name is Ji'Faiha, by the way. After you.
Okay, so after you do that talk, you can see that basically you were down there, you know, just looking for gold and stuff like that. When the ghost came, you know, scared the crap out of you, so you just took off running out of there. It's like, I was just looking for gold, you know. So it doesn't break anything. Like you can see I didn't do that start, but the dialogue assumes that you did alternate start and that you chose that I want to leave this cell or I want to escape this cell. So after you talk to her,
Well, hello there.
go ahead and go into her inventory.
Ji'Faiha, open your bag, my kitten.
Are you going to give this one some skooma? Perhaps some sugar from the moons? Or do you plan to take away some of Ji'Faiha's sparklies?
And what you're going to do, she should have put those on. I'm not sure why she didn't. But usually when you go through a load screen, she'll put on her ragged trousers here. So go ahead and take those. And when you take them, you can see she puts on her actual outfit. So you may want to not let her have her outfit until like certain parts in the quest, like after you finish her quest line. It'll all be for roleplay purposes. Or you can just let her wear her clothes right away. But once you take those out, she puts on her clothes. And then go ahead and pull out her spell tome. And then this one right here, this is only included in the standalone version. If it's the version that has that relies on the, I can't remember what it's called now. It's a healer mod to like turn any follower into a healer. Then if it's that version of Ji'Faiha, it doesn't have this inebriating skooma. But if it's the standalone version that she has her own healer package, then she'll have this in her inventory. Now what this does is technically it turns off and on her healer AI package. So if it's in her inventory, then her package is actually turned off, which means she will not heal you or your followers at all. So for roleplay purposes, you could be she's indulging in skooma and like she's too drunk or drugged or whatever I guess you can say to concentrate enough to be able to cast spells. But taking it away, then she sobers up. You could like role play it like that, but the technical reason is just so that you can fine tune her a little bit to your liking by having this in her inventory or taking it away. There's different things you can do when you end up getting her weapons. Her weapons are quite powerful. She's not a very good fighter, but her weapons are really powerful. So there's little things you can do, like you can let her have her weapons and then take the skooma away, and what that will do is she will actually fight, and if you or your follower gets hurt, she will heal you guys. If you give her weapons but leave the skooma in her inventory, then she will fight but she will not heal at all. If you don't give her her weapons and leave the skooma like how she is right now, no weapons but with the skooma, what she tends to do is she's a little scaredy cat, and she'll tend to turn herself invisible and just go hide somewhere during combat. She won't heal you, she won't fight. She does still do some fighting. I haven't figured out how to rectify the situation because she's got that problem where it seems like every follower's got that I know of, where they tend to pick up weapons if they don't have any weapons. They'll go to a corpse or something and they'll pick up a weapon. But if she does have this skooma in her inventory, she does tend to run away and hide a bit, which is, you may want that for roleplay purposes. If she has no weapons and you take this stuff away, like I'm going to do right here, then what she'll do is she'll tend not to fight very much. She'll tend to want to run away and hide. But if you or your follower gets hurt, she'll come up and heal you guys. So that's where we're going to have her now until she gets her weapon. She's going to stay out of the fights pretty much all of the time. She's going to run away and hide, but if you need healing, she's going to come up and heal you. So that's where we're at right now. She does have other dialogues. You can go through all that. Okay, so basically right now, that's kind of like an introduction to her quest. It's not really tied, like there's no quest that actually started or anything, but it gives you a little bit of backstory. She's actually hiding in the prison here, and she's kind of scared, so that gives you backstory of what her quest might be about. Okay, so the next thing is, let's see, how do we want to go there? I guess we can just, well, one thing we need to do is we need to read that. Okay, we got that there. We need to, let's see, does Cyril have, yes, she does right there. I think we already put that on there. So let me see here. Fire returns. Wonder why I got so many extra wheels there. I wonder why that got all messed up. We'll put it right there. And then we'll put Cyril right there. And then we'll put, let's see, get rid of that. That. Yeah, I don't know why that has so many extra wheels here. Get rid of that. These right here, Shadow Man made a new script, so now both of these shouts work to heal. So like if my character's hurt, you can do the, we'll call it kissing, and your character will be healed. And if your follower gets hurt, they can do the kissing, quote unquote, and they'll be healed. So he just made this new script for it, so I was all, heck yeah, I gotta put that in there now. In fact, over here, I thought we already had it on there. Yeah, oh yeah, I got all of his other shouts right here. Here they are. I got all of his other shouts. I got all Shadow Man shouts on the wheeler. So, let's see. We need to, I don't know why we have so many extra wheels. What happened there? Okay, that's correct now. Alright, so for the next step, you can do the next step at any point. But it's kind of, the whole questing is basically, I wanted people to be intuitive about it. There's not a whole lot of like actual quest logs and like quest markers and stuff like that. I wanted people to kind of just follow the hints and stuff basically. So the next thing that I figured most people would do, like especially if they're like new Skyrim players or whatever, is they're going to be playing the main quest line, and then when they play the main quest line, one of the first things new players tend to do is they purchase Breeze Home. So to actually kick her quest off, you need Breeze Home, which I don't have because again I just started this playthrough, but that's how you would normally do it. There's going to be a clue in Breeze Home to actually start her quest and then start progressing it. So what I'll do, I've already tried this back whenever I was making the mod and stuff, and I can do it without actually buying Breeze Home. Again, it's not going to make much sense because of the clue that's there and everything else. you really shouldn't have it unless you actually own Breeze Home. So some of the dialogue will be off, but it doesn't break anything. But this is just a playthrough of the quest, so people that get stuck or something and don't know where to go, because like I said, I wanted to avoid log entries and quest markers as much as possible. I wanted it to be people just find the clues and just, you know, kind of intuitively, where do I go? And I can't see anything. Oh, I'm over here by Right One's cherry blossom. Man, it's like crazy weather. Okay, so one thing we can do here is you can just summon her to you when she's missing or, you know, don't know where she's at. There's the tree. Man, it is crazy weather going on right now.
And here we go again.
Yep, here we go again.
Fuck. That stunk.
Okay, gone. Don't worry about like her getting her health or anything. She is essential, and she's actually, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, level 40, or it might be level 50, and she's set at that level, so she doesn't level up. So here, when you first start your game and you come out of alternate start, you have a very OP follower, but she doesn't really fight, so it's not too bad. Let's go unlock this tree. But she's got plenty of magic and everything else to heal you. So she's got plenty of health, plenty of magic, plenty of everything that most things here at the lower level, especially, they're not going to be able to hurt her at all. And you got somebody that can help you until you get leveled up. And then as you become really powerful, when you start getting to level 40, 50, 60 or whatever, and she starts kind of tapering off, then it's not too big of a deal because now you're really powerful.
Excuse me.
Huh?
I don't
Give me your
want you to
blessing.
lose those curves. Here, take this.
Thank you. Here, this is for you.
Okay, we should have got a blessing out of that. Yep, there we go. And what did she give us? Increase heavy armor skill by 50, light armor by 50, and resist 30% of... Oh, that's pretty nice, actually. I bet y'all end up using that. Okay. Now, let's head on into Whiterun. %, or 52. Man, I don't know what's up with this weather going on right now. It's not winter time. I kind of wish a little bit of this was going on like right now. It's been so hot right now. It's been crazy. It's been like triple digits for like 2 weeks. It hasn't, you know, during the day been under 100 for like 2 weeks straight now. It's like, this is brutal. I could use some of this cold and snow. Where, okay, there she's. I don't know where Cyril's at. There she is.
Lead on.
She was busy looking for stuff, I guess.
Lead on.
That's good enough. We'll warm up when we get into the town. I could set the weather to good weather, but what's the fun in that, right? So yeah, I figured the most intuitive thing that people would be doing at the beginning of their games is, you know, especially newer players and stuff, of course. They're going to go start the main quest and they're going to buy Breeze Home. So the clue to start off the quest is in Breeze Home. I kind of wanted to get a little bit higher level. I'll explain when we get there, but we are where we're at, so it's going to be what it is. But yeah, a higher level would be kind of fun to do the ending of the quest.
Halt. City's closed with the dragons about. Official business only.
Khajiit has news from Helden about the dragon attack.
Fine. We'll be keeping an eye on you.
Now there's two things I know that I can do here. I've done them both and it both works. You can either, well, you're probably going to want to play it normally and actually buy Breeze Home.
I work for Belethor.
I don't know what happens to your game if you break into Breeze Home like this, but there's two things you can do. You can just console through the door here, or you can console in the letter, and even the consoled in version, if you read it, it kicks off the quest. So what we're going to do is just go ahead and unlock that.
Got you.
And it's going to be sitting right there on the floor. Now normally, you know, there's a bookshelf and everything right there. For whatever reason, the stupid thing will not stay on the bookshelf. It always ends up on the floor. But this is where your clue is going to be at. So go ahead and pick that up and read it. Dragonborn. Hello, Dragonborn. I'm sure you are curious as to why you have this note in your new house. See, that's what I'm saying. It's your new house, so it's assuming that you bought this. Allow me to first say welcome to Whiterun. Please come to the Bannered Mare and have a seat. Wait for one of us to come and take your order. We have some important information for you pertaining to your companion, Ji'Faiha. H and S, which you could probably guess is for Hulda and Sadia. Now, the next parts of the letter, it kind of breaks the fourth wall a bit. I explain the best place to sit down. My scripting skills are quite limited, so scripting it to, you know, make you sit in a certain place and making the correct actor come up and do all that stuff, I couldn't get it. So P.S. if you have another mod installed such as Immersive Wenches, which I do, or similar, that adds other NPCs that will force greet upon you upon sitting down in the Bannered Mare to take your order, which will prevent me, Sadia, from force greeting you and taking your order, then you have two options. You can get up from your seat after the wench, etc. has left, come find me, Sadia, and initiate dialogue, which that will set off the dialogue scene, basically. So if you sit down somewhere and a wench or somebody else takes your order, just leave that and go talk to Sadia. Or two, if you care about immersion and want the scene to run as intended, then wait until I have sandbox close to where you intend to sit down. Anywhere in the Bannered Mare is fine. Wait till I am sandboxing close to you, then sit down, and with me sandboxing closer to you than the wenches, I will be the one that gets to you first to take your order. Or three, because the noob, which is me, that wrote the scene and forced me to be part of it, knows next to nothing when it comes to scripting, hence is unable to make the scene play out the way it would be best, then the best option is to go to the kitchen upon entering the Bannered Mare and stand around by the table, and once I start stirring the cooking pot, then sit down at the table there. Then start the scene when I take your order. This will play the scene back there away from all the idiots in the tavern that can't ever shut up, especially that horrible bard Michael, that wouldn't be able to shut up even if I ripped his tongue out. and you will be able to hear us best back there, instead of listening to John and Alfina interrupting the scene with their lame AF flirting attempts or Michael breaking our eardrums. Looking forward to meeting you in person, Dragonborn. PPS, I couldn't help myself and got a peek at your new bed in your new house when I was dropping off this letter. If you ever want to break that bed in and knock some boots, you just let me know. Wink, wink, S. So go ahead and take that. Of course, I don't have a bed in here, but so that started off that quest. So as I explained in the letter there, the best thing to do is to go into the kitchen. Now we have good weather. Is to go into the kitchen, and Sadia's on her sandboxing routine when she starts stirring the cooking pot, because the scene, it triggers whenever your character sits down. Then she gets force greeted with the whole, you know, can I get you something to eat or whatever they I don't remember what they say. Can I get you something or whatever? So until you sit down, it won't start.
You like getting close to this one, don't you?
So you could wait here until Sadia, which Cyril's going to take the pot. And that way, when you sit down in one of these chairs with her stirring the pot, she's the closest one to you and she'll force greet you. Now, if you're not running immersive wenches or anything like that, if there's no other NPCs that'll force greet you when you sit down in a tavern, and then it'll be Sadia and you can just sit down anywhere and whatever. But if there's others that will do that, then you want it to be Sadie, or you don't even have to wait for anything. You could just walk up and talk to her wherever she's at.
The security in White
I want
One
some
is
apple
terrible.
cabbage.
Shameful is what it is.
Sure.
I'll give you a bigger bowl since you're small. Eat a lot.
Hey, I'm not small at all. But if you're going to serve me a bigger one, I'd appreciate it.
Where in the heck is Sadia at? That's bizarre.
Give me a meat, please.
No children are allowed to drink alcohol. Here's your milk.
Hey, I'm a grown-up.
Adults never use words like that.
Oh, did you need something?
Is she upstairs at her place? Okay, this is bizarre. Where in the heck is Sadia at? I have never seen Sadia not here. Does she have anything that like scripts her to go walk around the city? I've never seen Sadia walking around town.
Give me a honey nut treat, please.
Have you already had a real meal? Snacks come later.
Don't worry, I know what you're talking about.
Bizarre. I don't know where Sadia is at. I'm trying to remember if I ever see her wandering around town. I guess we can wait a little bit and see if she shows up, like after nightfall or something. I've never seen that. Where in the heck would Sadia be? I guess we could have wandered around. I don't know what would happen if she's not in the Banner Mare, because she's got to be here.
The security in White One is terrible. Shameful is what it is.
Oh, did you need something?
This is really, really bizarre.
I ain't done nothing.
I'm gonna go look around town for her. I must have another mod. If she's wandering around, I must have another mod that's making her her sandboxing AI go other places.
Heard they're reforming the Dawn Guard.
I don't know what it could be.
But we can't afford it.
It took me weeks to find that beast.
Or I guess we could I'm just like really curious now where she's at. We could console find her. I guarantee 100% that this isn't from my mod. I have done this scene hundreds and hundreds of times when I was making the mod and I was doing testings and stuff like that. And you know, you change something and you test again. You change something, you test again. I've done this scene, and I have never seen Sadia not in the Bannered Mare. So there's some other mod somewhere that's making Sadia not be in the Bannered Mare for whatever reason.
Come on in. Let me know if you need anything or take a seat.
There she is, right there.
If it's work,
Oops.
Hulda's the one to talk to.
I don't know if that just broke things up.
Now
Sadia,
please,
wake up,
no more
dear.
questions.
Yes, Mum.
Why is she stuck in the fire? Look, now some other stupid wench is... Nope, that was... Okay, get over here, Sadia.
You want a drink?
I was left a note to meet someone.
Yes, you must be the Dragonborn, and this must be the lovely Ji'Faiha. I'm glad you got our note.
Dragonborn, I presume? Silly me.
Did you raise your
Of course
prices,
you are.
Carlotta?
You answered my letters, so who else could it
I
be?
had
And your companion here must be the lovely Faya we've heard about.
I told you the letter would work. Who else would have been able to buy that house and find it? As soon as I heard about the dragon and heard the Greybeard's call, I knew the Jarl would offer Breezone to be purchased.
Yes, you were right, despite my doubts. Although, I think my idea of just walking up to the Dragonborn and talking would have been easier, but you, for whatever reason, don't ever want to leave the tavern and go outside. You love this cloak and dagger shit. But as an alternative plan, you did good job, Sadia.
Since my idea worked flawlessly, how about that raise I've been asking for? Or better yet, how about you give me that night alone with you that you have been resisting so far?
Never mind her. Sadia doesn't understand the concept of controlling one's hormones. Perhaps she needs more work around here to keep her mind in idle hands. Busy and worn out.
Hell, I'd wash all the dishes twice and sweep the floors twice as often for a week, just to get that one night alone with her.
Anyway, it's a pleasure to meet you. And of course, the lovely Faya. I'm sure you're curious as to how I know her name. Let me begin and get right to that, as I'm sure you're busy, and the last thing we need is you yelling in here. You see, we meet and trade goods and services with many adventurers, merchants, travelers, and the like as they come and go through Whiterun Hold. Some of these
Give me a long
transactions
taffy
may
treat,
not be the
please.
most legal, but most
Have you
are.
already had a real meal?
One of these
Snacks,
clients is a man whom
Okay,
I will
okay,
not
I do
name, as that is a
understand.
bad business habit to name clients, but let's just say he is not a fan of the sunlight, and leave it at that. We met with him about 3 weeks ago when he was passing through and looking to trade some sleeping tree sap he collected for some provisions he was in need of. Regardless, that isn't relevant. What is relevant is the story he told us.
Yes, get to the good stuff already. The Dragonborn looks like they...
Don't you have some toilets that need cleaning or something?
Wait, we have bathrooms here. Why have I never seen them? Are they the good kind? The kind with coal holes in the walls for...
Dr. Brain, I tell you, Dragonborn. At any rate, he told us a tale about how until about a month ago he had been a member of a brood and that he was having repeated clashes with the leadership. Apparently, they have been abducting young ladies and keeping them captive. This captivity was to serve one purpose and one purpose only. They have been performing magical experiments on them. Experiments to try and make their blood more potent. That is all he knew for fact. But rumor amongst the regular members was that the elders had a Khajiit, a very special Khajiit female with a unique scent and whose blood offered special perks to those that drank of her. Amongst those perks was daywalking, and a natural, seductive aura way more potent than their own seduction mind tricks. He said the rumor was that there are other perks, but amongst the brood, it was agreed that those two were definitely true.
He then proceeded to tell us that rumors were that they have had her for centuries. He said he didn't believe that particular one, but he did believe that they had someone special locked up and away from the brood in general. Someone reserved for elders. So that was the reason for the abductions and his head butting with the brood's elders. See, most broods feel as he does and are against abducting people. Something about unneeded attention towards them amongst locals. He started having a harder and harder time staying with the brood. Then one day about a month ago,
So basically about a month ago, the elders called the whole brood together to inform them that they were all being sent out on a mission. They proceeded to inform them that they had a captive escape, that she was a very special Khajiit girl.
And that they would know her by her unique scent. Don't forget that part. That's my favorite part.
I was getting there. So yes, as Sadia said, they would know her by her unique scent, and that her name was Ji'Faiha. They were tasked with bringing her back, and that whomsoever accomplished that would be inducted in as an elder. But that all those that failed to bring her back would lose their heads and meet final death. Needless to say that with all the other issues he was having within the brood, that was the final straw, and he used the guise of looking for her to just leave. And that brings us up to pretty much where we are now Dragonborn. He asked us to keep our eyes and ears and especially our nostrils open and to inform him if we found anything out. He claims he wants to find her solely to offer her his help, that he feels bad for what the brood he was a member of had done to her, how they treated her.
And before you say it, we are aware how this looks and that it could just be a ruse to get to her.
Exactly. This may just be his tactic to draw her out. Personally, I don't believe that. I trust him, but I may be wrong. Just know that if you do decide to meet him and you feel it necessary, we won't be upset if you show him final death. We were told if we found anything out to rent a main room at the Dead Man's Drink in Falkreath and have a seat once rented and he would meet us. I don't believe he would be mad if it were you. Just tell him we sent you. That's of course, if you do decide to pursue this. If not, just know we won't be telling him or anyone else we found her. This is in your hands now. If I may make a suggestion, Dragonborn, once done here and you leave this establishment and are away from nosy ears, take Ji'Faiha aside and ask her if she wants to pursue this. Maybe he does just want to help her get answers she seeks. Anyway, we should be getting back to work. It was a pleasure meeting you, Dragonborn, and especially you too, Ji'Faiha. Come along, Sadia, we've got plenty of work that needs done.
It was nice meeting you, Dragonborn. If you're ever back this way and looking to knock some boots, you know where to find me. And that goes for you too, Ji'Faiha. Especially for you.
See, I swear it never ceases with you. Till next time, Dragonborn. Ji'Faiha.
If it's work you're looking for, Hulda's the one to talk to.
Okay, so that...
Give me a meat, please.
No children are allowed to drink alcohol. Here's your milk.
Hey, I'm a grown-up.
Adults never use words like that.
That follower's so funny. So, yeah, that concluded that part. Now, basically, you're not going to have anything in your quest log or anything now. You can see that there's nothing there. You got 2 clues in that conversation. One of them was to go down to the Dead Man's Drink in Falkreath and to rent the room and then to have a seat in the room, and then this guy will meet you. That's like what he worked out with Hulda and Sadia, you know, to meet him there. But they said that they're just going to send you instead. So that was the first hint. The second hint, she said that whenever you leave here and you're away from prying ears, to take Ji'Faiha aside and ask her what she wants to do. If she wants to pursue this or if she just wants to let it go or whatever. So obviously the next thing that you're going to need to do is, before pursuing anything, is to take her aside and ask her what she wants to do. But just like she said, after you leave this establishment. So if you came up to her right now and asked her anything,
Hello there.
there's no new dialogue, as you can see, at all. But we come out here and we talk to her out here.
What's on the agenda?
And she's got a dialogue once you leave the Bannermere.
Well, that was different. How do you feel now?
This one is a little scared. She was hoping that her escape was finished, but now others know of her and where she is. Ji'Faiha thinks it may be time to tell the tale of her past.
There is no need to worry, I've got your back now.
This one thanks you. After countless years in captivity, it is hard to not be skittish. Give Khajiit a minute, then she will tell the tale.
You don't need to relive that at this time.
No, it is time to get it all out, to face this one's past and move beyond it. Where to start?
Just start at the beginning, the floor is yours.
Well, this one does not know how old she is, as she does not know what the current year is. Ji'Faiha had been in captivity so long that she gave up counting many moons ago. Khajiit can tell you that she was born in elsewhere in a town called Mistral. Ji'Faiha's parents named her Faya, which means sweet smell from heaven. This one could not tell you why, as she cannot smell the difference, but apparently others can.
Trust me, it's unique, definitely otherworldly.
This one believes you. Ji'Faiha only brings that up as it's part of how it all started. Well, Khajiit was born on the 1st of Morning Star, at the stroke of midnight of year 1 of the 4th era, under twin full moons, born at first minute of the new era.
Wait, that was over 200 years ago.
This one will take your word on it. As she said, she doesn't know what year it is. She had been locked away for a very, very long time. Anyway, this one had been told since an early age that she was special, that her birth had been foretold. You see, Ji'Faiha was to be the Auspex. Khajiit sees that you are confused. You see, my family is devout followers of Ja'Khajiit, the lunar lattice. Ja'Khajiit is two aspects, Jod the god of Masr and John the god of Sekanda. Together the two aspects form Ja'Khajiit, the lunar lattice. Ja'Khajiit's motions in the sky protect learn from honor. Anyway, the time of this one's birth along with the Uniquescent confirmed that Ji'Faiha was ordained to be the Auspex of Ja'Khajiit. Simply put, basically the Auspex is to Ja'Khajiit like the Sibyl is to Dabella. So when this one entered her juvenile years, Khajiit and her family departed on her pilgrimage to his temple here in Skyrim.
His temple is here in Skyrim.
You need to remember that although Ja'Khajiit is of Khajiit, that his temple was built millennia ago, the borders have changed many times in those years. So yes, his temple is here in Skyrim, so we made the journey and relocated to here in Skyrim. My family used the last of their coin to purchase a small old farm near a lake, and we settled in to await the call of Ja'Khajiit. We did not know where the temple was precisely, but knew when Ja'Khajiit called we would be directed to it. Well, after we were there for about 6 months, a call came, but it was not from Ja'Khajiit. Late one night while we were all sleeping, we were attacked by a group of bloodlappers and their smelly man dogs. This one did not see what happened, only hearing. This one could hear her parents fighting as she was carried off into the night. Ji'Faiha does not know whatever happened to her family. She has never seen or heard from them again. This one was taken to her captivity and had been there since.
Ji'Faiha, I am so sorry.
This one was kept in her cell and only taken out for one purpose. She would be removed nightly for the bloodlappers to steal some of her blood. Most nights they would take it directly from Ji'Faiha with their mouths, but not always. Sometimes they would bleed this one and take the blood with them when they left rather than drinking it. Khajiit always thought they were just taking it to drink later, but maybe it had to do with these experiments this client was referring to. Ji'Faiha does not know why she has not aged since the night she was taken. This one always thought it was due to being bitten by bloodlappers nearly nightly, but maybe it is due to her uniqueness as the future Auspex.
Maybe it's not due to your future role as Auspex.
What do you mean? This one doesn't follow your thought.
Maybe you have become Auspex already.
This one does not know how that could be. Ji'Faiha never got the call from Ja'Khajiit nor went to the temple, but something changed within this one a few months ago. Khajiit started gaining the magics somehow, healing magics. Ji'Faiha was able to start healing herself after the bloodlappers would steal her blood. She wouldn't remain weak anymore. One day after a night of being bled, this one was able to stay awake when the sun rose. Khajiit didn't just pass out from blood loss. Being awake during the day, this one was able to force open her door, as it was weak from many years of neglect. Khajiit found a window that she could squeeze through, and she just ran and ran before the smelly man dogs knew she was gone. Ji'Faiha did not know where she was at when she escaped, and does not know where she was going, nor for how many days she ran. This one would just run during the day and hide at night. It was many suns and moons of doing that.
I think someone was looking out for you.
That is where this one was when you found her. She had taken refuge to hide in that place and was there for a couple of days, exhausted from many days of just running, never stopping to even eat. But this one does not know how she could have become Auspex without the temple and the ritual to become. Khajiit supposes that anything is possible. Maybe you're right, and that is how she gained the magics. Or maybe she was gifted the magics to allow this one to escape so Khajiit could get to the temple to become Aspects. This one simply does not know.
That is quite the story, Ji'Faiha.
Yes, Ji'Faiha hopes that this story will be concluded and over soon.
Are you ready to go and meet this guy?
This one is ready, with you at her side. Let's go to this folkreath. But before we rent the room to meet this person, Ji'Faiha would like to sit at the bar and get a drink first. And thank you, Born of Dragons. Ji'Faiha will not forget this.
Okay, so you can see there, she, again, assuming you're Dragonborn because you don't really buy Breezehome until you're Dragonborn. So it does assume that you are Dragonborn. She calls you Born of Dragons. Now, another hint was given right there at the very end, after her past, her history story. So in the Bannered Mare, you were supposed to go rent the room and then sit at the table in the room. Ji'Faiha says, before you rent the room, can we sit at the bar and get a drink first? So that's your hint right there when you get to the Drunken Huntsman. Not the Drunken Huntsman. The Dead Man's Drink, is it called? I don't remember. Whenever you get there, you're going to sit at the bar and order a drink with Ji'Faiha. So let's go ahead and work our way over there. Where is he at? There he is.
I ain't
Here,
done
have a
nothing.
septum, friend. May the twin moons
We'll get our
guide you.
blessing real quick.
Oh, thank you. Divines bless your kind heart.
Okay.
Yes, yes. Now, to find myself a drink.
Turn that off. We'll go get some sleep here. Maybe we can get some more level ups in. Because like I said, I really want to do the other part at a higher level, but I know we're not going to get very high leveled up before we go there. What time is it? This whole screen here is, like I said, I've been changing my UI stuff all over the, oh, right here, 1:34. So let's just give us, I don't know, 6 hours. Oh, 1. Level 11. We got 1 level up out of all that. Wow. Awesome. Light armor or two-handed. Let's get this so we can get some decapitations going on. And this should give us devotee status by now. Yep. Okay, you saw some... I didn't even realize that was going to happen, but the tentacles that came off of me, her robes have an enchantment on them that when she gets hit, it does a tentacle explosion on your character. So it's kind of like an alarm system, basically, that your follower is under attack. I have actually found it quite useful when you're doing a lot of like running. If you're not fast traveling, if you're like doing like a lot of just normal like walking, running, traveling, that all of a sudden you'll have an explosion go off on you. It's like, oh, she's in a fight back there, she's getting attacked. So you can turn around and go back there and do something about it. So, let's see here. We'll head to the Dead Man's Drink. There's not too much more of her quest. I would like to do a whole lot more with it, but I have an idea for another follower that I want to start doing, so I don't know how much more I want to do with Ji'Faiha here, or if I want to start with a new one I want to work on. Let's go talk to this Moron real quick.
You there. The Dawn Guard is looking for anyone willing to fight against the growing vampire menace. What do you say?
Apologies, but Khajiit is not interested.
That's what everybody says. Right up until they find their throat being ripped out by a pack of hungry vampires. If you change your mind and decide to join the fight before it's too late, talk to Isran at Fort Dawn Guard, southeast of Riften.
I've got your back. Let's get going then.
Okay.
Come on in. Just stoke the fire. Take a seat and get the cold out. Be careful.
So go ahead and have a seat at any of these two stools, and you'll be stuck.
You want a drink?
You can see you can't get up now. That's deliberate. It makes you stuck here. So you have to wait.
Have you already had a real meal? See you around.
Don't ask this one any questions. Discuss what it says with Faya, and the two of you do with the information as you see fit.
Now you should be able to stand up after that scene happens and he gives you the note, and you can stand up now. So, you got to read the note. His name is Moron or Moron.
Sure, I'll give you a bigger bundle since you're small.
When I talk to the girls, this is the guy that had escaped, or well, not escaped, that was talking with Sadie and Hulda, that trades with them and stuff. So this is who that is, this Moron. When I talked to the girls from Whiterun, I did not expect them to send the Dragonborn in their stead. Forgive me for not wanting to talk about what I know or how. I debated whether I would show up or not, but felt I should. I want to give you some information and move on from this whole chapter in my life. So please just hear what I have to say and talk to Faya, and the two of you can decide if you want to pursue this to its conclusion. I have chosen not to answer any questions, so please do not attempt to ask. I will just say that I was a member of the brood that was keeping Faya captive, and I came to this meeting for the sole purpose as to tell you where they are currently at. The brood and its elders, along with the leader, is holed up in Bloodlet Throne, to the east of here, up in the Jarl Mountains. I will admit that a large part of why I am disclosing this is that I also am hunted by them, because I fled the brood, and that is strictly forbidden. I am hoping that you will put an end to them, hence freeing me in the process, but that is not the only reason. I do not agree with some of the practices of the brood, and particularly what they were doing to Faya, and I truly wish her closure and freedom from their pursuit. Again, I am sorry, as I know you have many questions, but please let me leave here and we can part ways.
Need something.
Oh, you talk and you lie and you
Looks like you have a little morning wood problem this morning.
I guess we won't be talking to him. Thoughts?
Ji'Faiha knows him. This one cannot remember his name, but she knows him.
Of course you do. He was part of the same brood.
That is not what this one means. Only the elders had access to Ji'Faiha during her captivity. This one knows him from before being taken.
Wait, how is that? That was hundreds of years ago.
Well, he is a bloodlapper, but that is not what Ji'Faiha was saying. This one knows him from before her captivity, back to when her and her family moved to Skyrim. This one does not remember his name, but he was her father's best friend. He helped this one's family move, and after we had arrived and settled, he had decided to stay and start a life in Skyrim.
A vampire for a family friend. Not very wise.
No, of course not. He was not a bloodlapper when we journeyed here. Trust this one, her father knew better than that.
Of course, I didn't mean to imply.
He lived with us for not very long, until one day he was just gone. This one's father was shocked and even a little saddened. They were best friends, like brothers, and he had just left without an explanation or goodbye. Eventually, we just dropped it and let it go. We assumed he either sought adventure and didn't want my father to try to convince him to stay instead, or that something bad had happened with the lake, or possibly bandits. Either way, we accepted that we would most likely never know and moved on. But now, as this one thinks, she is suspecting something else.
I think I can guess what you're thinking.
Yes, this one is thinking that perhaps where he disappeared to was becoming a bloodlapper and becoming part of that brood. Wait. No, it cannot be.
Are you thinking what I am thinking?
Yes, this one is thinking that Ji'Faiha was the price for him to be able to join the brood and receive the gift of becoming a bloodlapper as well. This one always wondered how the bloodlappers knew about us living there, what they wanted with us, why only Ji'Faiha was taken. It is all making sense to this one now. My family died because of who I was.
You can't blame yourself, Ji'Faiha.
This one always assumed it was a random attack, but it was Ji'Faiha they were after all along, and her family paid the price for that.
Well, his immortality ends now.
Wait, Dragonborn, Ji'Faiha does not want him dead, or she does. This one does not know how she feels. He was like family to this one. Ji'Faiha saw him as an uncle. This one is conflicted and does not know what to feel.
Kitten, this betrayal warrants final death.
This one believes your words. She does not know what to do. Ji'Faiha completely trusts you. She leaves it in your hands, his fate.
Then we will find this bloodlet throne.
This one thanks you, with all her heart.
When we get there, do not enter, okay?
Why is this one not to enter?
I need to speak with you outside of there first.
Okay, this one will do as you ask, but you better not ask this one what she thinks you are going to. Let's head out and you can tell me what you need to when we get there.
Welcome to Dead Man's Drink.
Okay. So, Bloodlet Throne. We shouldn't have any quests. Nope, that closed out all that out. So good. No quest markers, no nothing.
Yes. Huh?
Things coming. It was a good fight.
Okay. Gotta grab that before Cyril goes after it. Now, she left it in your hands on whether to leave him alive or kill him. So, if you decide to kill him because of his betrayal, if you didn't really gather what was going on there, is he was her father's like best friend and stuff, and he joined up with this vampire brood, and the price for becoming a vampire and immortality and all that was he had to hand over Ji'Faiha, because that's that uniqueness about her of becoming the Auspex. So they wanted her blood. So in order to become part of the brood, he had to hand her over to them. So he betrayed her and her father, her family and stuff. So if you decide to kill him, you will get this out of his inventory, the essence of Ji'Faiha. So now just head up to Bloodlet Throne and talk to her outside Bloodlet Throne.
Not as dumb as you look. Did you see a dog out there?
No.
Apologies, but no. Khajiit ran into some overly ambitious wolves, but certainly no Freebird dogs.
Oh well. Guess I'll stay on the lookout.
So, again, there's no quest marker, there's no quest, no nothing. But by the hints, obviously you gotta go to Bloodlet Throne. Now, I would still like to learn how to give her a custom mount that she can summon whenever you get on a mount. If anybody knows how to do that, I have not been able to find any kind of tutorial on it. I would really appreciate somebody that could help me, you know, point me in the direction of a tutorial or something on how to give her her own custom mount that she will summon whenever you get on a mount. But at any rate, let's just head up to Bloodlet. I wonder if I can climb up this thing with this. Probably can. Horses can, like, pretty much climb vertical in this game. Yep. Good old Skyrim horses. Yeah, this a lot of stuff I had planned I would still like to do with this mod and stuff. Again, my first like real mod, so definitely a noob. And there's not a whole lot to it. I mean, it's custom voiced, got, you know, custom weapons, custom armors, custom boss, custom quest, but it's still not like that extravagant. And this thing took me many months to do, because I had to learn everything from basically not knowing how to do anything. So it took quite a while, but I do have some things I'd like to do with it. But I have ideas for another follower that I want to build, and I'd also like to add another follower with this one, a male Khajiit, that you could either just go get Ji'Faiha and just have her as a follower, just go get the male and have him custom voiced as a follower, or you can get them both and there's a whole backstory between the two of them that will extend her quest here, you know, further to get more information, to do more questing on her backstory that involves that male Khajiit follower that I'd like to make. But again, a lot of ambition, but not a whole lot of knowledge on how to do this stuff, so maybe someday I'll get to it. The question is how long it's going to take them to get up here. Oops, I hit the wrong, turned on my light for whatever reason. Looks like Cyril's here. Yep. Okay. Oh, we need to talk to her.
Well, hello there.
Well, here we are. This must be it. Bloodlet Throne.
You are not leaving Ji'Faiha out here and doing this alone. This one is going with you.
Wait, how did you know that was?
This one knows how protective you are of her. It made sense to Ji'Faiha that you would try to protect her by wanting to keep her away from them. But this one is going. End of debate. So let's go. Final death awaits some bloodlappers.
And again, growing attached and protective of her. We're doing this all very fast, but it's assuming that you get her at the very beginning of the game when you do alternate start. You've already progressed enough that you become Dragonborn. You've, you know, bought the house. You've probably done some other questing. So you've been with her for at least some time by this point. You haven't just picked her up and then gone and started the quest.
Okay, if you are sure, and that's what you want.
Ji'Faiha is, and it is. This one is ready.
Also, I found this on that traitor. Any ideas?
It has this one's name on it and called her essence. This one mentioned how sometimes they didn't always drink from her but sometimes brought her and took her blood with them. Ji'Faiha always thought it was to drink later. But it is called this one's essence, not just her blood. Blood is not the only thing they would take from her, they would also take her tears amongst other things.
Amongst other things?
Yes, they would take basically most of the fluids this one's body has. Her blood, her tears, and her.
And you what?
This is embarrassing, this one. Fine, this one's fluid from down, you know, down there. They called it her nectar. They said that is what Ji'Faiha's unique scent is from.
I understand. No need to be embarrassed, okay?
This one will try not to be. So yes, they would collect those fluids from Ji'Faiha. She suspects that what you have there is a mixture of them. My essence, essentially. This one would suspect he stole it when he left. Like Ji'Faiha had found, and grabbed her outfit that her mother had made for her many moons ago, in preparation for this one's ritual to become aspects. They must have stolen her stuff when they stole this one.
What do you think it does?
This one suspects it protects the one who takes it. Ji'Faiha has learned that her magics revolve around healing, so she suspects her essence serves a similar purpose to those that drink it. Most likely if you drink it you will receive a form of protection. There may be other benefits that this one is unaware of, so don't get mad at Ji'Faiha if you get horny or something as a side effect from drinking it.
Haha, you're a real idiot. Okay, are you ready?
Just a heads up is all. This one's ready, now drink up.
Stay behind me and if need be just run, okay?
Ji'Faiha will not let you down.
Okay, so go ahead. the fight in here, this is why I wanted to be higher level. If you're a high level when you come here, it is significantly funner because the boss is set to be 1.5 times your character's level. So if you're level 20, the boss will be level 30. If you're level 30, the boss will be level 45. If you're level 50, the boss will be level 75. So the boss is set to be 1.5 times your level, and the boss gets certain skills, certain abilities, and stuff like that the higher level that the boss is. So if the boss is a high enough level, this whole place in here is like complete chaos. It's a crazy fight, and it's like pretty difficult. So in order to make life a little bit simpler for you, the player, I added this thing in here. And what this thing basically does, the essence of Ji'Faiha, is it raises your health by 10,000 points for, what is that, 5 minutes or something, 6 minutes? I don't know. It for basically long enough to do this whole fight or this whole dungeon, you're going to have 10,000 extra points of health, which is like insane. And during testing and stuff, I've come through here at like level 40, 45 or something, to where the boss is like, what, level 65 or something like that. And even with this potion, I still got my butt handed to me a couple of times. If she's high enough level and you have a potion giving you 10,000 points of health, it's still pretty difficult. So yeah, it makes it a lot of fun. But we are too low leveled. This boss is not going to be very hard at all. But go ahead and take that, and you can see that I now have 10,260 health. So there we go. Let's go ahead and we don't want this. See, there, we need those on. Okay, Let's go ahead and get that on there. Get this ready. We also ice is going to be horrible in here, so we'll go with fire, because as anybody who's gone through Bloodlet knows, this is all vampires in here. So go ahead and make a save. Are you ready? Are you ready? Yeah, we'll see if it happens, but as soon as you come in here, if you're high enough level, it's chaos. I don't know if we're high enough or not. Yep. It's not too chaotic. Now, there was one time that I did come through here.
I knew I smelled
And, well, I'll explain it when we get there. I don't want to give too many, like, even though this whole thing's going to be spoilers, but I don't really hear too much chaos going on here, so I wonder if it's going to happen again. It's like a sweet spot on your level if you come through here at that level.
Something's here.
Yeah, it seems quite peaceful in here right now.
What was that?
See how that tentacle explosion just happened on me? She just got hit by something. Okay, Cyril, there's a lot of stuff for you to go collect. Get to it. Why are you hiding over here? Because that's what she's supposed to be doing, is hiding. Let's see how much longer. Okay, so it's an hour. 3,600 seconds. Okay, yeah, 1 full real life hour of 10,000 extra health. So yeah, you become quite OP. But like I said, if you come here at a high enough level to where the boss is like exceedingly overpowered, that sometimes isn't even enough to get you through it. It's crazy how powerful the boss gets. But watch, the boss is going to be dead right now, I bet. Yep. Nope, that's a bandage.
Did you hear that?
Next act of the show.
Say this one. Bastard. Fuck.
Oh, that's a kid. There he is. Couldn't see that idiot. There you are. Where'd he go? That's not... Where did this... Got him. Are we gonna have to kill this kid?
Is it safe?
Okay.
This one is outed. This one is outed.
Why are you attacking me?
I hope there aren't any more.
Ji'Faiha will be.
I'm not sure. Well, I guess we're gonna see if the boss is here or not.
Fuck this. This one is outed.
Why are you hiding up here? Yep, right there. Well, she's got this ability. I don't see a dragon priest yet.
Fuck this.
Okay.
This one is outed.
Trying to get her to come out of that hole back there.
Fuck this.
She's having a little bit hard time fighting in here. She's not supposed to really be in here. The staffs keep hitting the ceiling there. But when she's not hitting the ceiling, she's doing pretty well. Getting me, but she's supposed to have been out in this area fighting. What normally happens is she gets into a fight with all these vampires in here. And when you come in here, that's why it's supposed to be way more chaotic. Because she has the Alduin shout that like sends meteors and all that stuff down. and that's what happened when we first walked into this place. But she's supposed to be fighting because if you remember from the story, she's going to kill anybody that doesn't bring Ji'Faiha back to her. Okay, come on back in here. So what happens is that's what she's actually doing when you come in here, is she's like taking out her anger on all of her fellow vampires in here. And that's usually what the fighting is. So she's usually fighting in here. So where she has a bit more room for her stuff to work. Gotta stay away from her staffs because I use poise and it'll keep you like permanently staggered. And she's an Argonian that's like 1.5 times the size of an Argonian. So she's pretty big. I mean, I've got high heels on, and you can see she's quite a bit taller than me. Got to try to keep her stagger locked if she's going to be stagger locking you.
You are going to have to do better than that.
Yeah, she was pretty easy here. She didn't have a lot of her summons and stuff. So go ahead and get the 2 staffs. These are Ji'Faiha's 2 weapons. You can get her sword. She didn't even use her sword, but she's got a unique sword. Ji'Faiha's cure for blood lapping, take that. And you have a complete set of blades armor if you want it. But the reason why I put the cure for blood lapping in here is because this place is full of vampires. A lot of the times you're going to end up with, I have it, Sanguinaire Vampirus. So basically it's just a cure disease potion that I renamed. So it'll cure any disease, but it's got a unique name. So go ahead and take that if you need to so you can cure your Sanguinaire Vampirus. Go ahead, if you want her to be overpowered as hell, give her weapons back.
It is finished. Are you alright? Are you hurt?
This one is not hurt. Is it truly over? Is she finally dead? Ji'Faiha cannot believe it. She feels a horrible weight has been lifted from her shoulders.
That essence I drank is amazing. I'm untouchable.
So, this one was right. It did have a protection effect on you. You were unstoppable. It was quite the sight to watch. Well, anytime you want more, you only need to ask. You may drink any of those 3 ingredients directly from this one anytime you want.
The scent from heaven, nectar from the source. Yum.
Aha, funny. But yes, you can drink even that straight from the source anytime you desire. Plus more if you so desire. Ji'Faiha would desire that as well. This one is yours completely.
I found these staves on her corpse.
This one has not seen those in forever. They were given to Ji'Faiha's parents by the priest that informed them that she indeed was the one to become Auspex. They were to give them to Ji'Faiha after the ritual. This one was sure they were lost forever.
Then it's my pleasure to return them to you.
Thank you, Dragonborn. These are part of only a few things this one has left from her family.
Well, are you ready to get out of here?
Yes, let's get out of here. This one is ready to put this place and these bloodlappers and all those lost years behind her. Ji'Faiha is ready to move forward and never look back.
Then come, my kitten. Adventure awaits.
This one is right behind you. And thank you, Dragonborn. Ji'Faiha will stand beside you through whatever we may face, unfaltering.
Ji'Faiha, open your bag, my kitten.
Are you going to give this one some skooma? Perhaps some sugar from the moons? Or do you plan to take away some of Ji'Faiha's sparklies?
She does have some extra stuff here that you might know. I gave her a whole bunch of black soul gems if you want to do some crafting or whatever. So you can give her, oops, not that. Give me that arrow back. Give her 2 weapons, and with her having the 2 weapons and the skooma taken out of her inventory, she will now fight, and if you or a follower needs it, she'll heal you. And that's like her default, what I had planned for her. You can keep her weapons out of her inventory, and she kind of, like you saw, she stays out of everything and hides. You kept seeing her go and like kneel down with her hands behind her head, saying like, I'm out of here and stuff like that. If you just want to have her as a little scaredy cat that'll come and heal you sometimes, then don't give her weapons and take the skooma away. But did the kid die? Yep, he sure did. Where is... Yeah, go get the stuff, kid. There's all kinds of dead bodies around here. But yeah, that's all of it. Now there's definitely a lot more to the mod, of course. There's a ton of dialogue, like quest aware dialogue, combat aware dialogue, you know, things like that. It's gonna take Cyril a minute to get up here. So yeah, there's a lot of extra dialogue. I'd like to do some more dialogue. I'd like to expand her quest here and maybe find Jacques' temple where she was supposed to get the rich. I don't know. There's a lot of things I'd like to do, but I have plans for other followers and stuff too, and I am definitely not good enough to be able to pump these things out very fast. Like I said, just what I have in this one right here took me many, many months to make. So I basically had to learn everything from nothing to be able to build Ji'Faiha. But as I learn more and more, then obviously I'll get quicker at it. Maybe I'll be able to get updates out and all that kind of stuff. I had to take a break from working on her though, because I was so burned out after everything I put into it. But what we might do is continue this on, not right now of course, but continue this on and maybe go do some of like the main quest line or something, so you can see some of her quest dialogue. We'll go do some fighting and all that, so you can just like really get a good sense of what the follower is. I really just wanted to get the quest done, because if there's anybody that, you know, has a problem progressing her quest and stuff, if I'm not around, if I'm not online or whatever it is, and people have a question, they're gonna have to wait or whatever. But if there's a complete walkthrough of her quest, then anybody that's stuck can see what they're supposed to do next and be able to progress. So that's what I really wanted to do, was just get her her quest completely done as a walkthrough basically. Okay, that's all that. That's all good there. There's something I needed to... Oh, do I have... No, I don't have unarmed, so I need to do that. Yeah, I was just going through my mind. It's like, I was trying to hit a key, and it's like, why am I not going unarmed? I haven't set the thing yet. But yeah, there's all that. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off. So yeah, now anybody who has, you know, an issue on where to go, what to do to progress your quest, it's all there now. I might do some more episodes added on top of this to show you know, more in depth compared to the other video I did that kind of just basically showcased her, to show a little bit more of like her dialogue during quests and stuff like that. And then yeah, maybe we'll do some of that and get that uploaded. But for now, this is what I really wanted to get done, was this quest line, and I wanted to show those cherry blossom trees so that maybe I can get some recognition out there on those, and people can go and download it and endorse it, because they're really nice cherry blossom trees, and I think it needs a little bit more recognition, I guess you could say. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope to see you on the next episode. Well guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please smash that like button and also consider hitting that subscribe button. Again, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in future episodes.